God, I wish I wasn't such a horrible person. Wow. Hello friends, and welcome back to Let's Play White Sniper HD Vector Run. I'm your host, MagicManMo. Full disclosure, this is a sponsored video. Information about that, as well as a link to where you can find this game, are in the description down below. Without much further ado, we are going to hop right into start. This is episode... Wow, what a way to start. To fail the very first jump. It's not the first time we've done that. Anyway, if you haven't watched the other 4 episodes we've done on this is episode 5. Probably the last one we'll do. It's the last one I'm paid for. Like I said, this was a sponsored video. It's the last one I've been paid to play. So unless you guys want to see me do more of this, or if the sponsor just keeps shoveling me money, this will probably be the last episode we do. That being said, we have gotten considerably better at it. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but we've gotten considerably better at it over the course of... That was such a tiny platform. I'm not very good at precision. That's my problem. When I have really long jumps or short platforms, I really don't do well. But we've gotten better at the game. Last episode we got to 5,000 something meters, and our goal ultimately is that we have 45 lives to try to get to 25,000 meters. There we go. And that is way easier said than done. It is very hard to do. We discussed in a previous poop. I should have done a long jump. I could have just completely skipped the little platform. We discussed the difference between challenging and hard, and I definitely rate this on the level of hard. I want to see someone actually do this well. I'll have to look and see if there's anyone else that's played it on YouTube, because I want to see this, which I think this is a new game, so it's probably not happened. I'm probably the only Let's Player on all of YouTube that's played this game. Maybe not. I have no idea. Because it's a pretty new game. Costs $1. But I want to see someone do this well. Like actually plow through it without dying once. That would be just amazing to watch. At least for a while. It takes a long while to get to 25,000 meters. I only know that because it takes a long while to get to like 1,000 meters. Of course, if you don't die, it takes... Oh! Poop. I held my jump for too long. Wow, I almost did it again. I almost held my jump too long there, too. Oh, but I would just love to see somebody actually good at this do well. I bet the developer is amazing at this. You ever think about that? You know, the developers that make games, any game, you'd think that they would be the best, right? Because as much as they have to like play test their game and go through the bugs and everything, you'd think that the developers of every game would be the best players of their respective games. And I always think that's really interesting when that's not the case. Or maybe, I mean, I have no way to prove that it's not the case, but like if you think of major tournament-style games, by that I mean like in esports and stuff, so like, you know, Dota or League of Legends or Counter-Strike or, you know, whatever you can think of that, you know, people perform esports in. The people that win those major tournaments or whatever aren't the developers. I don't know if the developers are allowed to play or if they just don't, or I don't know how that works. I literally, that makes me sad. That jump made me really sad. I don't know how esports work. I don't know how the rules work. I literally don't know anything about that world. But you'd think that the developers would be the best, and you never see, correct me if I'm wrong, you never see the developers winning those things. You think as much time as they spend at these things. Wow, I just jumped over that entire building. I hate it. I hate it so much when I do that. God, I wish I wasn't such a horrible person. Wow. Please make the jump. I feel like I go through all 7 stages. What is it? The 7 stages of death, right? Where like the first one's denial, and then the second one's like anger, and then there's bargaining, and there's one of them's depression, one of them's the last one is acceptance. I don't remember what they all are, and I don't remember in what order, but I feel like I go through all 7 of them. Is it 5 of them or 7 of them? I don't know. I don't know how to count. I never learned how to count. My schooling has failed me. But I feel like I go through all the stages playing. God God, just God, just holy God in heaven, please. Oh my goodness. It's really weird. Personal note, just on YouTube stuff, like I've always tried to like, not always, obviously. Oh, I gotta itch my nose. Oh, I had to itch my nose so bad. I'm sorry. Oh, my nose. Wow, it itched so bad. I've tried to remove. What I'm trying to say is I've tried to remove swearing out of my YouTube videos. If you've been subscribed to me for a long time, then you'll remember that I used to swear a lot. I used to swear a lot in my videos, and I've really tried to remove all of that from my videos. And I know some people are going to be like, ew, gross, censorship, and all that sort of stuff. But it's not so much censorship. Wow, say that word. Censorship. Am I saying that right? That sounds weird. Censorship. Wow. That has never sounded weirder to me than it has just now. It's not so much about that, though. It's more about, I watched my own videos, I had to edit them. And I realized that a lot of that swearing was just, even most of it, if not all of it, was just unnecessary. Like, it was just too much swearing. And I'm like, I swear too much. And I don't want to anymore. I don't think it makes me sound cool. I don't think it makes me sound funny. So I took it out. I made a very concerted effort to remove swearing from my videos. So the reason I'm bringing this up is that whenever I say God, I'm so tempted to like actually swear, and then I have to stop myself. But when I'm mad, my vocabulary fails me. Right? So, like, I can't think of a good word to say, so I just say God. And I feel terrible about that, because that's like, you shouldn't be, when you get angry, you shouldn't just be yelling God, right? So, like, this is if you're really interested in linguistics and words, but, like, why do we say God? God dang it, for the love of God, Jesus Christ. Why do we use religious terms when we're upset? Like, it's really weird to me, and maybe this isn't cultural around the world, but it seems to me, at least a lot of the people I know, maybe it's a Western society thing, it seems like we associate anger and mistrust or whatever with religion. And I think that's really interesting from a linguistics point of view. Like, why would we linguistically choose to go that route when in anger? And I think there's something that could be studied there. I think that's definitely something worth looking at. Even with regular swear words, why we choose to use the ones we do when we're upset. Any words or any loss of words. Actually, that might be an even more interesting study to look at what words people don't use when you swear. When you're angry. Like, for example, if you swear all the time, regardless of anger or just contentness, then it doesn't really matter that you swear when you're angry, because you do it all the time anyway. It doesn't mean anything. But what would be interesting is, what's the stuff that you say all the time that all of a sudden you stop saying when you're angry? See, now I'm thinking about words, and I'm like, okay, this could be actually real. Oh, God, please make that. Okay, I didn't think I'd make that jump. And unfortunately, I think I've distracted myself a little bit, and we have not been doing some very good runs. Oh, please. It's very easy to get distracted when you're trying to do, I'm trying to do a Let's Play show, and I'm trying to concentrate on the game, but I'm also trying to think of things to talk about. We're at 3,000 meters. We've still got 20 lives, so I think we can get to the 5,000 meter range again, as long as I'm not too squirrely. Unfortunately, please make that. Oh, please. I was going to try to make it to 10,000. Obviously, I have not shown the ability to make that sort of jump and skill, but I was optimistic anyway. If there's anything you can say, is that at least I'm optimistic. I always use... darn it. the thing I always stuck to is that I always believed I was a realist. You know, there's optimist, there's pessimist, and then I always believed I was a realist, right? Like, whether it was for optimism or pessimism or whatever, it didn't matter, good, bad, whatever. Like, I try to be realistic. But what I've realized is that actually, and maybe it's changed as I've gotten older, is that I'm not realistic, I'm optimistic. Whenever like something horrible goes wrong, I always believe I can always get my way out of it. You know, that I can solve a problem, or that somehow everything's going to turn out okay. And not necessarily if you do nothing. Like, I'm realistic enough to know that you have to do something about it to change where you're at, right? But like, I've always believed, why did I do that? I've always believed I can get out of it. So, like, in that sense, I'm optimistic. So, even in this game, I was like, oh, I'm going to break 10,000 meters in the next episode. I don't think I'm going to now. I think my realism is setting in and telling me that I don't think I'm going to pull it off. But before I started, I was optimistic I could do it. I've always given myself more credit than I probably deserve. What do you think you are, if you're listening? You know, do you think you're an optimist or a pessimist or a realist, and why? You know, why do you think you are that? Which is really interesting in and of itself, because we can all define like what an optimist is or what an optimist does, or a pessimist or whatever, but why do we think we're the thing we are? It's sort of a self-reflection, right? And I think as people, as human beings, self-reflection is incredibly important. And I'm not gonna. I was gonna try to explain why I think that, but I don't think I need to explain that. I think everybody can agree thinking about why we think is important. It's an important skill. Oh, we need to get. Wow, I didn't need to jump. I just need to walk off. And I needed to get another 1,000 meters at least in these next 10 lives to feel even vaguely okay with myself. I will not be able to sleep at night if I do not get to at least 5,000 meters. Well, I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't think I'm going to get any sleep tonight. Come on, come on, come on. Alright. We're actually on a roll. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. I'm concentrating. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, that was so close. I don't want to mess this up. Oh, careful. I knew my luck was gonna run out. Just look at how well I do when I actually concentrate. That's the difference between like playing a game on your own and trying to let's play it. I think on YouTube, for example, there's so many let's players now, and there's so many people out there playing games in front of a camera for everybody to watch. So it seems like playing a game and trying to talk over it at the same time would be a really easy task, but really, like, do an experiment. If you're a Let's Player yourself, you can do this experiment. If you're not, then don't worry about it. But, like, if you actually play a game by yourself and then play it like you're Let's Playing it and then go back to playing it by yourself, you'll realize that you do the best when you're just by yourself and you're not trying to, like, show other people. You do your best when you're just absolutely quiet. Your complete focus is on the game, which makes total sense. Don't get me wrong, that makes total sense. But you wouldn't think that Let's Playing it would affect you as much as it does, but it totally does. It's crazy. It's crazy how that works. How focus works. Alright, I think we can just pull off breaking 5,000 meters. I apologize, everybody, that I couldn't break 10,000, but this is so difficult. Oof. At least I don't have to shoot things. I was kind of worried, being white sniper, that I was gonna have to run and gun, and that would have made this game even. Oh, please make it even more difficult. Oh, careful. All right, here comes. Oh, I thought a big jump was coming. It pretty much is my final run. Oh, please. Oh, I jumped right between the buildings. I got 3 lives. I broke 5,000. I've got 2 lives, and I broke 5,000 meters. Can I run another 5,000 meters with just 2 lives? Can I do it? The answer is no, but we'll pretend that I can run, oh my god, 4,900 meters with 1 life and dead. Wow, I suck so bad. Well, that's going to do it. That's 5,139 meters. That was my personal best record. Can you beat it? If you're interested in finding out, a link to the game is in the description down below. It does cost you $1 to play. Well, not to play, but to own, to buy it, which isn't too bad. It's kind of nice not to have to deal with all the ads and stuff coming in, like, between every attempt or whatever. There's no ads, so that's actually really nice. I recommend, if you don't like paying for games, it takes a little while to accumulate money, I recommend Google Survey. I think that's what it's called. That's what I use. I know this one was given to me for free. This game was given to me for free, but when I buy games myself, for my own personal enjoyment, I just collect money through Google Survey, and that puts money on my Google account, and I can just get games for free eventually. It takes a while, and of course that's on the Play Store, so I don't know if that, I don't think that works for iOS. I doubt it. You can always check, I guess, but I don't think that works for iOS. That's how I get my games for free. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff, blah, blah. Link to this is in the description down below, but whatever you do, I hope to see you guys in the next episode of Magic Man Mo. Bye!